Evening all, welcome to Kicking Dust. And this is the part of the game that people actually play. There is another part of Dust that a few people are playing, and it's become a massive game, and I'm going to talk to you about it today. It's called Getting Likes on the Forum, Dust 514. Seriously, this is now a big thing, and it's being done for two reasons. What's happening is if you go to the forum and you see certain people who post quite a lot, you look at them and you say, well, they've received, I don't know, 9,000 likes. Wow, they must be a pillar of this community. They must be somebody of note and importance. Therefore, what they're saying, I must obviously take as important and for read. And quite frankly, I must listen to what they say. This is happening. What's happening at the moment is these people are self-liking. Very much like mutual, I'm not going to say the word, but self-abuse is a bit... is something that obviously these people enjoy with self-likes as well. And that's actually what they're doing. They have there is a phenomena at the moment, which is people self-liking everything they do because they want to be, quote, the most liked person. This game, because it's free, must just attract complete nutters, because these are people who sit there and log on to dozens of different PSN alts and like their own stuff on the forums. Now, I have obviously tangible proof of this, because the issue being is that that website you saw at the front, Eve Search, or rather Dust Search, is a fantastic resource for this. And again, I'm not going to call out people, so I'm not going to show you what I've done, but you can do this yourself. Go to Dust Search and you will see effectively everything that you've done in your posts, when people liked you, when you got lots of posts, etc. And what you see is there's a regular peaked trough where these people post, however many posts they do a day, and then they get liked by the same number of likes every day as well. These people are stupid. They're basically leaving a massive track record for themselves to be caught. And the reason they're doing it is twofold. Firstly, as I mentioned, it's to appear credible. So these people, they want to be, quote, liked. So the way they do this is they want to be liked more than someone else. So it becomes a who's the top dog. And a certain somebody was telling me that they've actually been petitioning these people who do this, and they're actually doing this to defraud the game almost. And the way they're doing, obviously, is just by huge numbers of alts to like their own posts. Now, I know you're probably sat back in your chair with your cup of tea, your Bovril or your chosen tipple, saying, what you want about? What's this going to do with anything? Well, let me tell you, because there are certain people who are running for CPM who are doing this. They're doing this. The proof is tangible, it's credible, but I'm not going to call them out, because at the end of the day, what's the point? But they are actually self-liking everything they do. Self-liking is such a great title, isn't it? But they're doing it because they can then obviously appear more popular. Oh, vote for me. I've got so many likes. Look at me. I've got 15,000 likes. Woo! And that's the reason they're doing it. And that obviously is fraud in its worst possible way. And it's also a little bit underhand as well. And the worst bit of it all, it's just massively sad. Seriously, this is like, sewing name labels into your underpants. This is freakishly sad. So if you're doing this, stop it. Seek help. This is weird. When people have an intervention to say, dude, it's a bit odd that you're collecting cardboard toilet roll tubes because you may need them. But the thing is, your house is full of them now. Maybe that's time to kind of throw a few away. That is exactly the same behavior as self-liking everything you do on the forum. It is fucking weird. Now, I know a lot of you are sat there getting all protectionist and, oh God, he's on to us, blah, blah, blah. No, I don't care. You do what you like. I don't care. But at the end of the day, I think it's the saddest thing I've ever read, that people are creating posts on this forum. Let's face it, a forum that hardly anybody reads. A collection of probably a couple of hundred people read. That's it. And self-liking your own stuff just to appear that you're top dog of the small little fish pond. It's stupid. Stop it. It just, again, baffled me. When I heard about this, I sat with a big smile on my face, because it's like, you're kidding. You're kidding, right? No, seriously, you're kidding, right? People aren't doing this, right? Please tell me people aren't doing this. Nope, people are doing this, and the petitions are rife. They're flying all over, because it's now getting nasty, because these self-likers are now trying to petition each other so that they can be the top-liked person. Oh my God, what am I saying? It just confuses and just saddens me like crazy, because it's like, really? There's a whole game to go and enjoy. Why are you trying to win, the Twitter war on the forums? I mean, on the forums as well. It's not like, it's actually being seen by anybody, it's just being seen by a very small number of people. So there we go. That's the great, I guess, like fiasco that's going on at the moment. And again, it just completely saddens me that this is something within the game. Just shows you how kind of like there's not much in the game then if people are finding this the way to fight each other now. It is forum PvP, I guess, to a degree, but it's done in just such a terrible, terrible way. So I would urge everybody listening to this, if you subscribe to my channel, firstly, thank you very much. Secondly, would you like a piece of quiche? I do a great quiche. And thirdly, I think, quite frankly, if you are going to vote for people in the CPM, and if you're going to do, and we'll cover this when nearer the time, but I want you to start looking at the likes of everybody on the forum as suspect. Okay, I'm not saying this because I don't have likes. I do. Every like I have is genuine. I'm proud of that. But at the end of the day, I don't care really either. I think if likes on forums are what floats your boat, then good luck to you, bro. But the reality is that the fact that people are making this a mini game that they are doing to kind of ingrain credibility is a bit sad. And I think I would urge everybody listening to this now that likes on the forum are mostly engineered. If they're over 3,000-4,000, it's engineered, and these people are just self-liking. No, I'm not saying that you, whoever you are, who has genuinely maybe 7,000 likes, no, I'm not saying that you've engineered them. I'm saying that there are a lot of people around you who take away from your credibility. So don't get mad at me, get mad at the people who are doing this, because quite frankly, I think the best thing that could happen is they remove it. They need to remove it. There we go. Interesting stuff. I sit here in amazement at the things that just come through for this game that people seem to bother themselves with. And I think when I heard that one, I honestly did do a double take. I was like, what? Really? I was like, no, you're trolling me. No, can't be. And then when you look at it, and I went through and I looked at that dust search site for a lot of the kind of culprits that are being flagged, and I looked at them and I was like, shit, you're right. Every day this person posts 20 posts, and then he gets something like 120 likes on each post, and at the same time, so literally 100, he gets like 20 likes, then 2 minutes later 20 likes, then 5 minutes later 20. It's that kind of thing, and it's like, oh my god, it's just baffles me. And again, I'm not kind of I guess shit posting about it. I think it's just, to me, a bit disappointing that that's something that people find a measure. It's a weird thing. There are people in this game who really do think KDR and win-loss matter. And I'm kind of still surprised that these people exist, because usually they're quite young. I'm no troll, seriously no troll. I'm not having a go at anyone here. Although it's very difficult to actually say that credibly in my channel. But I'm seriously not having a go at anybody here. But if KD matters to you, then chances are you've probably come from another game like COD or Battlefield, and the chances are that you don't realise that nobody else cares except you. And I think that's kind of the reality of that thing. And these are people who are then realizing that there's a third stat, win-loss. So, okay, you have to win-loss everything. So if you are losing a match, you leave. Then there's a fourth stat. Okay, this one is how many people like you on the forum. So, okay, how can I get that stat up? This is the behavior of obsessive compulsives, unfortunately, but rather amusingly. And quite frankly, we can jab and poke them with a pen now, because they're just showing their oddity by mattering to them that the likes they have on a forum for a very, very niche, small internet game actually matters a damn. And I think that's not only funny, but I think it's also very, very tragic in a kind of Shakespearean way. So there we go. Oh, where to begin and where to end with this one? Seriously, it's just, I couldn't believe it when I heard it. So yeah, post in the comments. Are you an artificial liker? Am I so full of shit and I should just throw myself off a bridge, perhaps? Are you maybe somebody who has petitioned an artificial liker? Tell me what you think is going on. And I'm fascinated to hear more about people who maybe do it. Why do you do it? And I'm also interested to know if you are aware that this is a problem, because quite frankly, what's happening in line for CPM is people are pre-liking their characters so they appear very popular, when quite frankly they're not, and they're just generally dickbags. Hope you enjoyed that. See you next time.